Hey everybody, Ambassador here. Well, for those of you who have been following the news for the last 24 to 48 hours, you've heard by now that there is not going to be a season 2 of The Acolyte. Now, I have, for the most part, sat on the sidelines during this show, and I've only made one video regarding it. But as a part of this fandom, as a lifelong member of this fandom, I feel like I need to say a few things in regards to this fandom that I am a part of. First off, for over 40 years, going on 50, there has been Star Wars media in the form of books, obviously, movies, now TV shows, animated series, so on and so forth. Comic books, the whole shooting match. Some did very well. Others did marginally well, and other times projects failed. This happens. Now, there are two sides of the fandom in particular that are either bemoaning the fact that The Acolyte has a season 2 will not be produced, and there is another side that is cheering and clapping and, to one degree or another, rubbing it in the face of the other side of the fandom. This profits us nothing. We are part of the same fandom. Rubbing the fact that there will be no season 2 of The Acolyte in the face of the other side of this fandom gets us nowhere. It only causes more division, more hurt feelings, and more divisiveness and anger. Now, I'm saying this to the side that's being more antagonistic than the other part is. Y'all need to cut it out. Now, yes, there's not going to be a season 2 of The Acolyte. You know what? I wasn't the biggest fan of the show either, but I, by damn, am not going to rub it in the face of the other side of the fandom who wanted more of this show. It's beneath us. It's childish. It's immature. It's just plain foolhardy. Now, to the side of the fandom who is bemoaning the fact that there isn't going to be a season 2. I, to a degree, empathize with you. But all of this campaigning, all of this screeching and hollering is not going to get us anywhere. The show was not well received. The show was not well produced. The show was not well written nor acted. Now, I will concede there might have been a few bright spots, but quite frankly, I didn't watch the show in its totality nor its entirety, and I have no intention of doing so. Take what we've got, take what you got, and be happy. Grow up and be adults. Because this hand-wringing and all this other nonsense is not going to get us anywhere. Disney has made its decision. This is not like getting a season 7 of Clone Wars. We were short a season. We got that season. It was, for the most part, very well done. And everyone was happy. That's the long and short of it. And to those of you who are saying, well, Ambassador, you don't like new Star Wars. You've made it very clear that you don't like the Disney Star Wars. No. I judge by my own merits and my own metrics what I consider to be good and what I consider to be poor. I call it down the middle and square. For the shows I've watched, I called it even. The rest, I let be. Now, was I, for the most part, happy with the outcome of seasons 1 through 3 of The Mandalorian? Yes, I was. Very much so. Were there some issues? Sure, there were. Was I happy for the most part with Kenobi? I would say it's about a 60-40 split. There was about 60% that I actually thought was good, and there was 50% I thought was not so much. Andor was good, was very good, was stellar. I would even say, and deserves a second season. And I'm looking forward to season 2. As for seasons 1 and 2 of Visions, I got to watch season 1. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I didn't get to watch season 2, so I can't speak on it. I got to watch season 1 of Ahsoka, and for the most part, I liked it. I enjoyed it. Wasn't earth-shattering, wasn't the greatest thing ever, but it was fine. And I enjoyed it, and I'm happy it's getting a season 2. There is a wealth of Star Wars media out there for this fandom to enjoy. And fixating on one show not succeeding at getting a second season or even further seasons is not going to get us anywhere. It's not going to look favorably on us as a fandom. So do us all a favor, whether we were for or against the Acolyte. And for those of you who are screeching and hollering and throwing a fit on social media, you're making all of us look bad. Grow up, be adults. Let it drop, let it die. You don't like my opinion? Fine. You can come after me. I don't care. I'm a Gen Xer. I've dealt with bullies. I've dealt with idiots for the last 40 plus years. Y'all ain't gonna be much different. I ain't afraid of you. I'm gonna stand my ground on this. The Acolyte's done. Let it go. You don't like what I have to say? Fine. Block me. You don't like what I have to say? Fine. Comment in the comment section. I don't particularly care. You're not going to say or do anything that's going to hurt my feelings, offend me, or cause me to back down. But y'all are making this fandom look ridiculous right now. Andor's getting a season 2. Ahsoka's getting a season 2. Why? The fans enjoyed it. It was well received. It was for them. Both those series were, for the most part, well written and well acted and well directed. The Acolyte was not. Now, I don't give a rat's ass in hell if Leslie Handland is gay. I don't care about her prior associations. I care about her ability as a director, as a creative, and I care about the rest of the creative team at Lucasfilm and the work they did on this show. And it was atrocious. As far as Miss Amandla Stamberg goes, you can take your rap career and you can stick it, because it's just about as piss poor as your acting. As far as her being called out for her nonsense, well, there's an old saying. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. You wanted to call out the fan base? Well, guess what? The fan base is now going to call you out. Now, I'm not saying do anything like as dumb as do a death threat towards her. No, absolutely, positively not. But you won't call her out for her behavior. You won't call her out for her performance. You won't even call her out for that dumbass video. By all means, do so. But there is a line that we do not cross. And we all as a fan base know that. Now, I was by no means a fan of actors from the past, from the prequel trilogy, and even from the sequel trilogy, being harassed because of their performance and the parts they played in those two trilogies. But Sandberg threw the first punch. If she's a big girl and if she's a big enough girl to call out the fan base, well, guess what? The fan base has every right to clap back. Now, I will not take part, but again, I say our response should be responsible. It should be to the point, and it should not be vile. You want to call her out for her behavior? Fine. You want to call her out for her performance? Fine. But no death threats and no comments about her race. That's a line we don't cross as a fandom. At least the bare parts of it. So, that being all said, I will be watching Acolyte's done. Let it go. That is all.